In this video, I'm going to tell you how I managed to completely fuck my successful personal training business.
Well, this is fucked.
But first, a little bit about me. My name's Jack Tracy, I'm 33, and I started personal training back in 2016 from a little bodybuilding gym in my hometown, Derry. My PT career basically started out the same as most people's did from my hometown. Did my first show, won my first show, confidence was at an all-time high. I felt like I was fucking Superman. I already had clients lined up, and I thought to myself, if I can make the same amount as my Tesco job that I just left, that's my dream made. Buzzing, I can survive on that, it's sweet. And that's exactly what happened. I got busy very quickly, I had plenty of clients lined up, and I was known for being the affordable coach that would help you get results fast. And before I knew it, within the first 6 months, my one-to-one sessions had went to group sessions, and I was fully booked. Life could not get any better. Now fast forward another a year and a half, just finished uni, graduated from uni, don't know how, but I managed to do it. And because I studied at home and worked at home, had built the business up, I was feeling like a fucking G unit.
Whoever said progress was a slow process wasn't talking about me. I'm a PIMP. Plus, I got the magic stick.
I felt like I was the shit. I did feel like I wanted to spread my wings just a little bit, not too much, so I decided I'll move to the capital city of the north of Ireland and try my shot at PTing down there. It worked in Derry, why wouldn't it work in Belfast? Landed down thinking that fucking clients are gonna come flocking. They did not at all. Didn't really know what I was doing. Didn't know how to get clients outside of my home city where a lot of people knew me. I'm not saying I'm Mr. Popular or anything, but a lot of people did know me. Word of mouth travels fast in a small city. So I decided to look at who was the busiest in that gym, pay them for a few sessions to kind of show me how they do things. And they gave me the instructions, they showed me what they did at the start, what really worked for them and what doesn't. Took that little A4 sheet of paper like it was the fucking Bible and ran with it. Then we're back on track. Things are going well. I've got a nice little apartment. I've got my nice wee BMW. It's on finance, but I've got it. Mid-20s, living it up. Moved out of the gaff. I thought life just could not get any better than this. Great bunch of friends I met through PTing, and it was around this time, 2018, that I started to get some online clients. Same again, it was very cheap, very affordable, but I loved it. Provided the best service I could possible for that sort of price and for the time that I had. And it was easy, didn't do any selling, it was just that people liked me slabbering on my stories, talking a bit of shit. And they says, you know what, you're in good shape, you seem to be able to get other people in good shape. I might work with you because, you know, I thought I was just fucking great. Just being myself. And then the dreaded lockdown happened. Income is shot to shit. Gyms are closed, PTing stops immediately. I was like, right, a little bit of online coaching here. It's good and cheap. Let's try and push this a little bit more. Let's see if it'll get me through this, what I thought was going to be 6 months. Obviously it lasted a lot longer than 6 months. It was a complete disaster. I knew the gyms were going to get open again. Thought, right, here's a chance I can build this back up. No problemo. Gyms opened, gyms closed again, back into another lockdown. And at this stage, savings are, you know, having to dip into them a little bit more. You know, some online clients are dropping off. Very hard to think of things to post all the time. It was becoming a bit of a fucking nightmare. This is where I decided to make probably the worst decisions possible. Right now it is, you know what, we'll say it is, it was the start of the end, now that I look back on it. I decided that I would get a business mentor, PT mentor, whatever the fuck you want to call it, a big expensive fucking course. I think it cost me about $6.5 grand up front for the first 90 days. Like, that's a fucking deposit for an apartment. And it was roughly going to cost me 15k for the entire year of working with these people. But you know what, they got me when I was desperate. Like, I gotta make more money. I thought, this is great, I've listened to this guy's podcast a few times, I kind of know him. You know, I met him on a night out and we had a, I don't know what's happening here. You know, it was good fun, found him relatable. Got in, didn't really read the contract properly. Like, you know, when you're that age and you're kind of desperate and you think you know everything. Just signed it. Always read the fucking contract. Paid the money, I'm locked into this thing. Get my plan. Right, here's your plan. You charge whatever. It was like, I think I charged something like 80 quid for online coaching at the time. Really cheap. You're going to charge over £1,000. What?
You smoking meth?
Do you know where I'm from? Like, none of my clients are going to be able to afford that. But I thought, fuck it. I've paid this money. These boys are probably going to show me maybe later down the line. You know, later down the line being next month after I did everything I was supposed to do at the start to help me get some clients. Struggled with it. I can't lie. Selling at that price, they saw me where I was desperate. You know, what to say? I was vulnerable. It wasn't like that at all. I was just desperate and stupid. And they just classic Wolf of Wall Street at me.
Our analysts indicate it could go a heck of a lot higher than that. Your profit on a mere $6,000 investment would be upwards of $60,000.
So decided, right, let's do this. Doing it their way meant not doing it my way, which basically meant stop being you. The reason you're not getting clients that are going to pay you £1,000 is because, you know, people just they don't want to pay it for. Being yourself isn't going to cut it, essentially. Stop being you. I was like, oh fuck, all right. You know, fuck you more or less, but yeah, no sweat. I've paid you all this money. A lot of other people in the course, not everybody, others were making some success as well because they were doing what they were told and acting how they were told to act. Started doing it. Now I started losing a lot of my clients, and I'm going to be honest, dread started to sink in. People message me, this is too expensive, I can't believe you're charging like this. Made me feel like shit. Throughout that whole process, it was like, do you know when you're starving, can't get in anywhere, but you've promised your missus you're going to take her out for a bite to eat. You need to get her out, get her a bite to eat. You can't get in anywhere because you haven't booked, and you finally decide, right, we'll just go to the local Indian that you know is poisonous, and you go there and you're eating it, and you know fine rightly when you're eating it that this is going to end horribly, but you've committed yourself to finishing this meal. So you're like, I'm going to get this down no matter what, slurping down that last bit of stinking, undercooked, probably 2-week-old chicken korma. Your missus is looking at you thinking, like, giving you that look, don't do it, don't fucking do it. But you're just doing it anyway because you paid the money. It was like that. Even though I knew I was going to be up shit creek probably later on down the line, except that cost me about fucking 15k. This high ticket selling thing just didn't sit well with me. I felt like I was ripping people off because everything that they were telling me to do, I was already doing it. The only thing different was a big fucking tick of this amount of money. And don't get me wrong, some of the clients I got that paid a lot of money, loved them. A lot of them, they were a fucking nightmare to work with. The thing I hated about this whole thing the most is that I prided myself on being a cheap, affordable coach that everybody could afford. That was my, I suppose, pulling power, you could say, and I lost that. I was doing everything that I hated about PTing. People I used to slag off, then I started doing it. Automatically, your self-respect goes down. But all you can do is take ownership. I decided to take their advice. I chose to pay the money. You know, basically, fuck me. That's what I'm saying. So I decided, fuck it. Back into the gym. Let's get back personal training. Let's get back doing what I know works for me and keeping everything nice and cheap. But you know, by that stage, the damage has been done to your reputation. You go from getting up to having a great reputation. It takes a lot of work. It can all be destroyed in a matter of fucking months. Complete disaster. Anybody who's been through a similar situation will know it is the worst possible feeling on the planet. Content was just all over the place. I gotten so used to being told what to do and trying to follow other people's instructions to try and make it work their way that I had completely forgot to think for myself. Dyslexia plus ADHD equals TISM central.
Moron! Dude! Look at me! I'm the waterboard, dude!
That's completely confused, just thought, fuck it, just PT, just try and build up a bit of self-worth again. When things started going well again, I met my beautiful missus, now fiancée. Lovely. Moved gyms again. Things are going well. Loving the personal training. And then I made stupid decision number 2. I would get another business mentor because we had started thinking about the idea of maybe we should leave Ireland and go live somewhere else. I thought if I could get my online coaching back up to where it was before I started any of this silly shit, we could survive on that. Things would be okay. But this time when I was going to get a business mentor, I was like, right, let's just go with somebody I know, somebody I would maybe consider a friend. And usually with these business mentorships, you get invited to, well, it's not really invited because you're paying so much money for the course itself that you get to go to a live event. Biggest load of shit. Biggest load of fucking shit. See, after I had started to build a little bit of momentum again, I was like, right, happy days, feeling good, doing it nice and cheap, things are going the way I want it. All of a sudden, got to this event, high ticket sales, handed out these scripts, these turbocharged chaps. They were the exact same, word for word. The first online one I did, complete disaster. My balls had been sucked back up into my stomach again. Dread sat in. I was like, not this shit again. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm a fucking retard. I am an idiot, essentially. But I was getting exactly what I deserved. Stupidly listening to other people, not thinking for myself, not thinking of the advice of my dad, my friends who weren't in these mentorships, who were just continuing to do the same thing that they'd always done, and it was just working for them. It was like, no, I definitely need to get help. I was probably so scrabbled from the last one that it was just still in this box of I need to be told what to do, which is essentially why everyone becomes self-employed, because they hate being told what to do. But the same thing, couldn't get out of the contract. I says, no what lads, closing down the business, fuck you, just send me letters, I don't care. Close the business down. I said, fuck it, me and the missus are moving to Australia. Came over, got a decent job, still in the fitness industry, still working with PTs. Life's good, having a ball. But then I started to realise, after being employed for a while, what I hated about being employed. Basically having to take responsibility for other people's shit that I'm not in control of. Hence why, fast forward, now we're starting back into personal training again. And I had a realisation moment, I can just start again. I'm in a new country, I've got a new apartment, me and the missus, everything's going brilliantly. Why don't I just start again?
You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
And if you manage to make it to the end of this video, the reason why I'm making it, one, it's a wee bit of accountability for myself to start getting after it again. Start to do things the way I know that work for me and my business. Secondly, I know for a fact that I cannot be the only person that's been through something of this kind of situation where it's exactly the same as mine, or where it's somewhat similar, where you feel like either it's your fitness, your lifestyle, or your career that you've completely fucked up and you feel like there's no return. Trust me, there is. You just kind of have to let go of the ego a wee bit and think, right, fuck it. I've basically paid 25 plus grand on how not to do things, which I suppose you could say there's value in that itself. From now on, showing you how I'm gonna unfuck my business, which would probably be a good video to make.